ប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំក៏សូមណែនាំឲ្យស្គាល់ខាងយើងដែរដំបូងឡើងខ្ញុំសូមណែនាំឲ្យស្គាល់នេះជានាយករបស់អង្គការរបស់យើងឈ្មោះ John Shapiro ចាហើយខ្ញុំជានាយករងឈ្មោះ Sophie Lin ហើយទៅ
This is the director of Khmer Arts and
sure
the artistic director of Khmer Arts.
Yeah, and then Tony also the director of the archive and research and archive program.
បាទខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសរិន
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះស៊ីនឿន
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះផូលី
បាទខ្ញុំច័ន្ទទុភា
ចាអស់ហើយខាងនេះអូចឹងភាពនៅខាងនេះចូលទៅមុនទៅចា
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសុភាព
សុភាពចាចានិយាយទៅចា
អ្នកខាងឯកសារតម្កល់ទុកឯកសារចា
So my name is Kate and I'm working with the research and archiving team.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះវាសនា I'm a company manager
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះនិចឯកទេសខ្ញុំនិរងខ្ញុំហាត់បាន10ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះជាតាឯកទេសនាងនរងយៈហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះធីតាឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន2ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះស្រីវ៉ាន់ឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន9ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះបូរ៉ាមីឯកទេសនិរងហាត់បាន13ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះផារ៉ាន់ឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន13ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំម៉ូលីតាឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន13ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំម៉ាលីរូឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន10ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំកាហ្សាឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន11ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន11ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះធីរី
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះជាតាឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះធារុំឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន13ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះរដ្ឋាឯកទេសនាងហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះផាន់ម៉ៃឯកទេសនិរងហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសវណ្ណឌីឯកទេសនិរងយៈហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះអ៊ូម៉ាហាត់ឯកទេសនិរងយៈបាន8ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសម៉ាលីឯកទេសនិរងហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំ
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសៃលាឯកទេសនិរងយៈហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំឈ្មោះភិរមឯកទេសនិរងហាត់បាន12ឆ្នាំ
We've been here for 3 years. 3 years in September. Yeah, 3 years in September. Oh, this place was built in 1999. Yeah, by Lokta Chengpon. Usually we rehearse on the stage, but during the rainy season we practice down here because of the rain. Yeah. Okay, ពួកយើងអ្នកណាចង់និយាយពីកម្មវិធីហាត់មកប្រហែលទៅប្រហែលអីប្រហែលសុយតានិយាយ
ចាពួកខ្ញុំហាត់ចាប់ផ្ដើមពីថ្ងៃអង្គារដល់ថ្ងៃសៅរ៍ហាត់ចាប់ផ្ដើមពីម៉ោង8ដល់ម៉ោង11ថ្ងៃសម្រាប់ម៉ោង1ពួកខ្ញុំចូលវិញម៉ោង3ពួកខ្ញុំចេញពីផ្ទះ
ចាអ្នកណាចង់បន្ថែមទៀតថាតើពេលល្ងាចហ្នឹងយើងធ្វើអីខ្លះ
ថ្ងៃពហុហើយថ្ងៃសុក្រយើងមានកម្មវិធីមើលវីដេអូកម្មវិធីអ្នកគ្រូធូនីហើយនឹងពេលខ្លះយើងធ្វើស្នាដៃបង្កើតស្នាដៃខ្លួនឯង
ល្ងាចថ្ងៃអង្គារថ្ងៃពុធពីម៉ោង1ដល់ម៉ោង3ហ្នឹងយើងធ្វើការសិក្សាអំពីរបៀបធ្វើស្នាដៃចាហ្នឹងពួកគេបង្កើតជាគេរើសជាក្រុមទៅបែងចែកជាក្រុមឥឡូវនេះយើងមាន3ក្រុមហើយមួយក្រុមហ្នឹងធ្វើស្នាដៃដោយឡែករៀងខ្លួនប៉ុន្តែប្រធានបទដូចគ្នាឧបមាថាយើងជ្រើសរើសយកពាក្យស្លោកមួយមកឧបមាថាពាក្យស្លោកថាអ្នកមានរក្សាខ្សត់ដោយសម្ពុតពាត់ពីក្រៅអ្នកប្រាជ្ញរក្សាខ្លៅដោយសំពៅនៅសម្ប៉ានចាយើងយកពាក្យស្លោកហ្នឹងមកហើយយើងបង្កើតទៅជាសាច់រឿងដូចថាមានក្រុមខ្លះទៅគេបង្កើតទៅជាដំណើររឿងអញ្ចឹងទៅក្រុមខ្លះទៀតគេបង្កើតជារបាំមួយដែលនិយាយអំពីប្រធានបទហ្នឹងចាហើយឥឡូវនេះជា project ទី3ហើយគេបានធ្វើនៅក្នុងប្រធានបទយករឿងព្រេងមួយមករឿងព្រេងហ្នឹងដូចថាខ្ញុំជ្រើសរើសរឿងព្រេងហ្នឹងឲ្យគឺរឿងទន្សាយនឹងខ្យង ចាហើយអញ្ចឹងគេបែងចែកជាក្រុមអញ្ចឹងទៀតហើយគេបង្កើតស្នាដៃរឿងតាមក្រុមអញ្ចឹងទៅបានដំណើរសាច់រឿងហើយគឺគេជ្រើសរើសរកភ្លេងរកបទចាហើយគេសរសេរសរសេរជាពាក្យអីជាកំណាព្យអីខ្លួនគេទាំងអស់ហើយទៅគេមកពិភាក្សាជាមួយអ្នកភ្លេងចាហៅទៅថាឥឡូវពូរបាំដូចថាសុភាទន្សាយមានចរិតលះលហួនលោតឥឡូវចេះខ្ញុំឲ្យគេនិយាយខ្លួនគេចាឥឡូវមើលអ្នកណាបញ្យល់មើលសិលាក់បញ្យល់អំពីស្នាដៃរបស់ឯងមើល
ព្រោះស្នាដៃខ្ញុំរឿងទន្សាយនឹងខ្យងនេះដំបូងពួកខ្ញុំត្រូវរកត្រូវទៅសេជាថាផ្ចេះសិនដើម្បីឲ្យចេញសាច់រឿងខ្ញុំត្រូវកាត់កងវាហើយបានខ្ញុំរកក្បាច់ធัวហើយបានខ្ញុំមករកភ្លេងដាក់ខ្លួនឯងបានខ្ញុំមកភាសាមួយពូអ្នកភ្លេងអូនអ្នកភ្លេងសួរគាត់ថាកន្លែងឈុតនេះខ្ញុំចង់ដាក់ភ្លេងហ្នឹងឬក៏បទហ្នឹងខ្ញុំដាក់បានអត់ហើយខ្ញុំចង់ដាក់បទនេះតអញ្ចឹងបានអត់បើកន្លែងណាគាត់ថាដាក់អត់ត្រូវទេបទនេះឆ្កងអញ្ចឹងគាត់ជួយប្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាមានបទផ្សេងទៀតអញ្ចឹងទៅគាត់ឲ្យខ្ញុំរើសអញ្ចឹងទៀតទៅហើយពួកខ្ញុំនឹងរើសយកមកដាក់ទៀតពួកខ្ញុំត្រូវកែតាមគាត់ឲ្យគាត់ប្រាប់ថាកុំឲ្យថាមើលទៅឆ្កងពួកគាត់ជាអ្នកភ្លេងស្រាប់គាត់គិតថាស្ដាប់ទៅឆ្កងអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំត្រូវកែតាមគាត់ប្រាប់
ចំពោះការធ្វើស្នាដៃរបស់ខ្ញុំវិញគឺខ្ញុំគិតថាពីដំបូងគឺខ្ញុំត្រូវយល់ពីអត្ថន័យសាច់រឿងនឹងឲ្យអស់ហើយបាទខ្ញុំពីដំបូងគឺខ្ញុំសម័យដល់បន្ទាប់ពីការសម័យក៏ខ្ញុំរៀបចំពាក្យនិងឆាកដំបូងនៃការចេញរបស់តួអង្គនីមួយៗបាទខ្ញុំរៀបចំពាក្យឲ្យហើយគឺខ្ញុំចាប់ផ្ដើមមើលភ្លេងខ្ញុំបានទៅសុំយោបល់ពីអ្នកគ្រូពេលខ្លះខ្ញុំគិតថាអ្នកគ្រូតួអង្គនេះមួយខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំចង់ធ្វើអញ្ចេះខ្ញុំបញ្យល់ទៅគាត់ហើយក៏គាត់ផ្ដល់យោបល់ថាគួរយកភ្លេងណាហើយពេលខ្លះទៀតខ្ញុំក៏បានទៅសួរអ្នកភ្លេងថាយកភ្លេងនេះឬក៏ភ្លេងមួយណាអញ្ចឹងហើយពេលខ្លះខ្ញុំឲ្យគេវាយខ្ញុំមួយបទខ្ញុំអាចនឹងជ្រើសរើសយកថតទី1ឬក៏ថតទី2មកដាក់ក្នុងសាច់រឿងនឹងផងដែរ
សម្រាប់ស្នាដៃខ្ញុំវិញខ្ញុំភាគច្រើនខ្ញុំយកតែជាបទភ្លេងច្រើនជាងចម្រៀងព្រោះអីខ្ញុំមិនដំបូងខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំយកជារបាំទេប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំបានសួរច្បាប់ពីអ្នកគ្រូក៏បានថាឲ្យយកជារបាំរឿងអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំក៏ធ្វើតាមគាត់អញ្ចឹងទៅថាខ្ញុំនឹងយកជារបាំរឿងហើយភាគច្រើនក្នុងសាច់រឿងរបស់ខ្ញុំច្រើនជាលក្ខណៈមានឧបករណ៍ភ្លេងច្រើនជាងច្រៀង
បន្ទាប់ពីរកចម្រៀងហើយនឹងបទភ្លេងហើយពួកខ្ញុំចាប់ផ្ដើមរៀបចំដាក់តួតើតួណាស៊ីនឹងតួអង្គខ្យងហើយមើលទៅតើតួណានឹងស៊ីនឹងតួអង្គទន្សាយបន្ទាប់មកទៀតពួកខ្ញុំចាប់ផ្ដើមរៀបកាឡាតាមមើលទៅកាឡាមួយណាវាស៊ីវាសំវាកាឡាមួយណាទៅវាឆ្កងហើយពួកយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមរកកាឡារៀបកាឡាឲ្យបានស្រួលបួសហើយមិនចាប់ផ្ដើមស៊ីចូលនឹងចម្រៀងនឹងសាច់ភ្លេងហើយនឹងក្បាច់
Khmer Arts is an organization that Sopilin and I co-founded in 2002, born out of work that we were doing together in the United States since about 1991. And so in 2002, we decided we needed to start our own organization. So we founded that. It has a program, it has 4 main programs. One in Long Beach, California, where it trains children from the Cambodian American community in classical dance. It has the ensemble, which is our professional touring ensemble, which both develops and presents Sopilin's original choreography as well as rarely performed works from the classical canon throughout the world. And then we have our research and archiving initiative, which is only a year and a half old, that Tony directs, which documents our work and places it within the context of the larger field. And also conducts dance ethnology courses, dance history courses, and other related educational activities. And then we have Khmer Arts Media, which publishes books, releases CDs and DVDs, produces documentaries and things of that sort, all related to our work and the dissemination of knowledge of Cambodian classical dance.
Right. And for Khmer Arts program, we devote certain time to practice old repertoire like the Riemke, the Riemeso and Mani Mekela stories and other sacred dances like Buong Suong and Tayai. So any other repertoires that doesn't get to perform very often. So we practice here so that we make sure that these repertoire is being passed on to the next generations and make sure it's alive. And then Tony's program will document all of that. And most of the old repertoires that we practice here are taught by Nekru Panyom, and who is a former palace dancer and then had taught in the Royal University of Fine Arts since the Khmer rule was over, which is 1981. And then that's one section of our program. The second part of our program in the ensemble is to practice all pieces that I had created. So Season of Migrations, which you saw this morning, is a piece that was created in 2004, 2005. And it's about the issue of culture shock, the transmissions of identities and expressed through Cambodian classical dance form, as you saw. And so pieces that I create when Samrat Ja is an adaptation of Othello in 2000. No, we created it in 1999, and we premiered in Cambodia 2000. And then Season of Migration, 2004, The Glass Box, actually 2002. Then Pamina Devi is 2006. Spiral 12 and Shehasharim. Spiral 12 is, the Khmer's name is Lokye Don Pen, and Shehasharim is Mongkol Lokay, which was created in 2008. And so these pieces, we rehearse it constantly so that it would stay in our memory, and also to give life, to make the piece alive. And also Tony's program will document that as well. And this piece had been performing in Cambodia, in America, in other part of Asia and Europe as well. And then we also continue creating more work. The next work will be The Life of Giants. It's a piece that would be started as a classical form and then become more and more bare regarding costumes and stuff. And so it's more and more contemporary. So in this case, that the two forms we are working in. So one is purely Cambodian classical dance, and then Robam Boran, and then the other form is Robam Boran Chnai, which is a neo classical or more contemporary classical dance.
We have a research and archiving initiative as part of the Khmer Arts work, and there are several prongs to that initiative. One is gathering all documentation that we can find that Khmer Arts has been making over the years, and that has been made about Khmer Arts before I got here, before we started this initiative, pulling it all together and organizing it, copying it, cataloging it. And the second is to start afresh by documenting everything that goes on here, from daily rehearsal to any kinds of lessons that they're taking, to development of new pieces, review of older works, interviews with experienced artists. Sometimes they come here, older dancers, musicians, accomplished artists, and we sit as a group together to interview them, so that instead of it being one researcher interviewing them, the artists themselves both prepare for and take part in the research, and we document those interviews as well. We also have started interviewing everyone in the ensemble as a group too. So there's interviewing older artists, there is documenting the dance work that goes on here. There's also keeping a record of all the lyrics to all the dance works that they do here. And because Soapy Lin and all of the dancers and musicians are part of a larger community of dancers, musicians, and other artists in Cambodia, we also put them and their work here in a broader context by gathering information, other research that's been done, or conducting our own research about the broader context of Khmer dance and music. And because Sophie Lin herself is the artistic director, the choreographer here, we've looked at her life, the trajectory of her life, and gone back to documents about the time that she was a student at the School of Fine Arts, even the Khmer Rouge years, whatever her experience was, we take that as the hub and broaden it out from there to be as inclusive as possible. Another thing we document is rituals that are such a vital part of the life of dancers and musicians here, rituals that we conduct here and that are done elsewhere as well. We also do, tell me if I'm forgetting anything, training. Pala, who is a researcher with us, has a master's degree in Southeast Asian Studies from Chulalongkorn University in Thailand and has written books in Khmer about Cambodian arts and culture. And so he is an integral part of our research team here, and he is both co-teaching with me. I've developed a dance ethnology program which may be the first one ever taught in Cambodia. And these artists studied dance ethnology with me last January, February, March, and we'll start a new session later this year. Pala co-teaches with me. We have Sopiep on the team too, who was a dancer with the ensemble and is now learning documentation techniques, video, photography, research, and Kate, who is here as a volunteer from Australia and a filmmaker in her own right who has filmed dance and is helping to train in documentation techniques. Our main aim is to develop an archive that can be placed in Bopana and elsewhere so the public has access to all of these materials we're documenting. Eventually.
And outside the country, you have somewhere else?
To place our, we're in discussions with a couple of places.